What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Welcome to I Can Explain That Podcast, guys. A podcast where we go through your motherfucking search history and invade it. To my right is my long-winded co-host, Chris Bazemore. I'm Chris Reiter. The reason I was going to start with what is love, because my original topic was just going to be what is love. But I feel like there's too much of a fucking vacuum in Google when you Google the words what is love.
Oh, yeah, that's so much. I mean, what is it?
It's a tough thing because, like, there's no answer to me, honestly.
It's all interpersonal.
Yeah. I was talking to this chick, this woman who recently got passed at the cellar.
Okay.
Her name is Frankie.
All right.
Right? And she's in a very open relationship sort of thing. And, like, the way she defines love is just different from the way other people define love. I come from the Midwest. So, like, I'm a weirdo because to me, in the Midwest, in my mind, love is very final and forever.
Yeah.
The Midwest, the South, has really bought into this American dream, where it's just this one person. Like, if you're 30, you need to be shooting out kids and buying property, blah, blah, blah. But to me, that's not love. To me, can be finite. Love can run its course.
I agree.
So there is no one answer.
No, I mean, what does love look like to you would probably be a better, because that's more personal, right? So if I was...
To me, it's a spectrum then.
But if I was dating someone... and the topic of love came up, right? I would ask, what does love look like? Like, is it me coming, like, what are your love languages? That shit I thought was the silliest shit at first. You ever heard of it?
I heard of it, yes.
So I thought it was the silliest shit. Then this woman made me take it. She was like, hey, take it. You don't knock it till you try it type thing. So it was one day, I think I was drunk. I was like on the train or something. So I had a little bit of service, so I couldn't quite get into it. I was like, all right, fuck it. When I get home, I'm going to finish this. And I finished it. And I was like, you know what? I do like quality time. Like, I do like words of affirmation. Like, so they break it down in several things. So for me, it was quality time, all this other shit. But so I think it's interpersonal. Like, for someone else, it may be gifts, acts of service.
Sure. Physical touch.
Physical touch.
That's literally my only one.
Physical touch?
Yeah.
Just touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't spend no time with me.
I'm a big bear man, so I like my head scratched. I like my back scratched. I like to cuddle.
Just things that you can't reach. You like things done that you can't do.
Well, like it's like you can't like tickle. You can't caress your own head.
You can.
I mean?
It's just
you just
weird.
don't feel nothing.
It feels like you're wiping sweat.
Yeah.
Or brushing your hair.
I like physical touch, quality time. Words of affirmation, I hate. Receiving them.
Why?
I'm from the Midwest.
That doesn't mean anything.
Not a loving region.
I mean,
Also, I grew up in a black house. Like, that's also the reason I have just incredibly no to low self-esteem. Black house, black neighborhood, black schools, and the Midwest.
Yeah, that's a double. I mean, but New York is same shit. I grew up the same way. Mm-hmm. But my caveat is New York, right? And I feel like New York is innately aggressive.
Sure.
So even though you're going to a black school and all that, so you're not going to get the same love and blah, blah, blah. But they're overtly aggressive about it. Like, they'll just say, like, nigga, you ugly. And I'm like, I just asked, can I borrow a pencil, sir? Can I get the pencil sharpener? You fucking ugly. And he's like, all right, well, this is going to come up 30 years later.
That's a deep scar.
Yeah, I'm going to remember this. I'm going to be kissing a woman. I'm ugly. You shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be around you.
You should go.
This is a me thing. So, I mean, I would, like I said, I would ask the question in that capacity, what is it to you? Like, if you had to design love, like a Build-A-Bear, but it's love. Clearly, you said physical touch. What else would be in
Well, that's person to person. Frankie also said this when we were at the cellar, or we were at Olive Tree, and I stole it. I fall in love like 5 times a day.
I'm in love with you.
What?
Whether it's like, I can fall in love with a moment.
Yes, I agree to that, 100%.
Right? Like I'll see like just today I was walking in my car and I saw this dad and his daughter, and his daughter's hair was done so cute and she was just so adorable and they were holding hands. Fell in love with that moment.
Yeah, but that's a different type of love, though.
Sure. But what is love?
Well, love lasts different in different things in different capacities. It's like I love our conversation, but I don't want to fuck you. I also don't want to do your hair or scratch your back or do any of the things that you need.
That's that love is it's a giant spectrum.
100%, and it's person to person.
Yeah.
So I think it's all contingent on who you're with. So in an intimacy level, what is love to you? We're gonna break it down.
Like a relationship level.
Relationship.
I don't know. It's an abyss. It can look like anything.
I like
there is
to tell people,
no pattern to me. Or
I like to tell people I've never quite seen love. Like I've never, growing up in the hood, I've never seen a good representation of love.
I can see that.
Like at least in the Midwest, even though it's not quite how life works, you do have that thought process, like you said, of like the American dream. You get one person, boom, boom, boom. That exists in New York, but we just don't see it. And then because property and shit, it's different. So you see like love is putting your name on someone else's lease, them allowing it, or vice versa. That's love in New York because, like, I was talking to this older guy once. He was actually dating my sister, to be completely honest. And I was talking to him about love and like the whole thing, because I was dating someone and he set me down like with some old nigga talk. Like he's like, do you love her or whatever? And I was like, words. So then he was like, well, love to me, because I asked him, I was like, well, what is love, right? Like, you asking me this loaded-ass question, what is love? And he goes, well, love to me is kind of like a business arrangement. And I was like, elaborate, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, sounding like Dr. Umar.
And basically his thing was being where we're at in life, love right now exists differently for us. So for him, being someone who's working, at the time he was working like 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. He has a kid. Mm-hmm. And I think he paid child support or whatever the case may be. So his money was going different places or whatever. And so for him, love was helping me bear the load of this. Mm-hmm. Love was many things to him, but that was the thing that stuck out because he was like, well, I can't afford this rent by myself. Like,
sure.
So it's a business. It has some business elements to it for him. Now, granted, if he was a millionaire, love would probably be much different. He would have said a whole different thing. But being that in the circumstance, that was his love.
Makes sense. Loved. There was a Supreme Court case. I think it was about like adult films and pornography, and
that's real love, right there.
And I'm gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna use whoever the justice was is saying in the scope of love, talking about porn. He or she said, "I can't define it, but I know it when I see it."
Yes,
so I'm gonna steal that for porn, but use it for love.
But it's the truth though.
Right.
I was just recently looking at GQ does this thing. It's called like the couples quiz. Mm-hmm. So they'll take celebrity couples and they'll...
Yeah, I saw fucking Shumpert and Tatiana Taylor, yeah.
So I saw that and then I sent it to my sister. I was like, yo, you should watch this. It's just kind of funny. Like, it's interesting. Mm-hmm. And then we got into a conversation about it afterwards of like, she was like, that felt real. That one did not. That blah, 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 blah. So when I think she saw Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner's, she was like, that's not real at all, right? Because knowing, and she was like, you could tell the Amant Shumpert and Tiana Taylor was a real connection and real love there.
When he dropped Baps on her,
yes.
When he listed off her favorite movies, and yeah,
and it wasn't even just that he got the answers right. It was also like
it was the energy, the chemistry.
Energy, you feel that.
I can't define it, but I know it when I see it.
You can feel it, and like when you see I saw an old lady recently. She was walking across the street. She had like a cane and a weird limp. I think she had like that whole leg brace on. Mm-hmm. And the guy was with her. He also had a cane. So together they had 2 legs. And he was helping her across the street. And in that moment, although my Uber was had to be stalled to let them cross the street, I was like, That's real love.
Yeah.
It felt real. It felt like this wasn't just a thing he was doing because he's like, this old bitch in my house. Need this bitch to leave, right? He wasn't like walking into a nursing home. He was, even if he was, it felt like it was real love there. So I agree that you could see it, but I feel like I've never seen it growing up. Like I've never seen it in its true essence. Like even when I would go to my friends' houses and their parents were married, it always didn't feel right. And then
The Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv love.
yeah, it didn't feel like that. And then it felt like I'm speaking. It's like at least two particular instances where I was like, they're together for the kids. This is all act. They don't even like each other like that. They're there for the kids. Sure, they probably fuck. Sure, they probably go out because it's like, well, we're doing this thing. Like when in Rome kind of thing.
But what if that's love for them?
And it could be. Who the fuck am I to judge their love?
Right.
But if I'm just...
You can't see that, though.
But exactly. But you have a different way of loving. You have a different way of communicating, period.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't like talking on the phone or anything of that sort. Right? But that's your thing.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you don't like the person.
Sure.
You just have your own ways of maneuvering through life. Who am I to tell you you're wrong for that? But if you're asking me, like, hey, is that the type of love you want? I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to talk on the phone sometimes. Like, it don't got to be all the time, but like maybe once or twice we could talk on the phone, do something. So love is different. What is love in a? How does love differ in a friendship? Like your love for a friend. I mean, clearly the obvious, you're not fucking them, right? But
Sure.
how does it differ? Because you can still very much love your friend.
If I love a friend, then I'm willing to sacrifice something for them. The thing being my time, most likely.
That's generally what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
But
if you're just my acquaintance and we chop it up from time, blah blah blah. Like no legs up is cool. We chop it up all the time. But if he need help moving, you better call somebody else. Like we're not friends. Like that's crazy. But if Hamilton needed help moving, I'm there in the drop of a dot. That's my guy.
If I needed help moving.
Where you going, nigga?
But that's friendship. 'Cause that's the first thing. Nigga, you ain't going no.
Where at? Shit.
I'm just moving this bed from this corner to the other corner of my room. Nigga. Yes. Sacrifice, I think that might be the central theme throughout all of love and all of entities. Sacrifice. Because you're going to have to sacrifice whether it's your child, whether it's your friend, whether it's like your loved one.
Yeah.
There's going to be some form of sacrifice. And that comes in different ways, right? Sacrifice may be like, this bitch got the TV today.
Yeah.
Got to look at this shit. Or sacrifice maybe come in like, oh shit, I can't talk to my family no more because I'm dating.
Right.
Like it's so many different levels of that and variants of that. So sacrifice, I think, is probably the closest.
Probably a high correlation.
Yeah, to love. I mean, love to me in terms of friendship, I would say you put it perfectly, like sacrificing time.
Yeah.
To listen to these people, like even like someone call you. You in the middle of a fucking Blues game, you doing your thing, and niggas want to call you for no fucking reason and bother you.
After they bomb at the Apollo, yeah.
Because motherfuckers is emotional. Yeah. What's that?
Look at this guy.
but that's what it is, right? Because you could very well be like, nope, do not disturb.
The St. Louis Blues just won a Stanley Cup final for the first time, I think, in a long time or ever.
Definitely in your lifetime.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So I that's interesting. Now,
Anyway, that wasn't even my topic.
Was that not?
No.
I was in it. I love that one.
That was not even the topic, but go ahead. You was fixing to say something.
Fuck it now.
I don't even remember.
I was only going to get deeper, nigga. I was fucking with that.
Go ahead. Dig deeper.
Now, what's your top? Watch it be a total left. So do you feel like people deserve right?
No. What, did you want to go deeper or you want me to go into the topic? It's about halfway through now.
No, we go.
All right.
We go to your topic.
So we can agree that blackness is not a monolith.
What?
Blackness is not a monolith.
Sure.
Now, we agree on that point. I was watching a TikTok. This is where it stems from.
Love blackness.
Well, that was I was going to talk, but I didn't see any concrete avenues to go down with love because it's such a broad spectrum of dialogue. That's why I was settling on this topic. But then the love took over. Blackness is not a monolith.
Okay.
I was watching a TikTok, right? And it's two white kids just doing really goofy shit with a tub full of tomato sauce and hot dogs. Real goofy shit, nothing sexual, just stupid, weird shit.
No, I didn't
and
think
it was
at
a
all.
stitch. And the black dude came on after and he goes, "Black people, we all had the same 3 words go through our head when we watched that. This video is some ba, ba, ba." And he goes, "Go to the comment section, see if you got it right." And of course it was, "This video is some white people shit." But blackness is not a monolith.
There are black people that... My mama would not let me waste
No,
hot dogs.
of course not. But it's a weird... Have you ever been told in the moment by someone you're doing something that is white or you're not black because you're doing a certain thing?
Yeah. I remember once I was told... It was the most weird shit. I remember once my friends in high school wanted to hang out. So, to explain this briefly, I kind of got left back in high school, but I didn't. I know.
It's the first I'm hearing about this.
So, no, I graduated when I was supposed to. I got left back and pushed forward at the same time. They put me in this program called the immersion program. I fucked up my freshman year so bad that they put me in this new thing they discovered they was trying to do. And basically I would have to redo that my freshman year in a semester, and I would have a semester of sophomore shit. And it was just basically cramming a lot of work because you guys fucked up, but it was trying to make sure that we can graduate at the same time.
Sure.
So when I was in that class, they gave us 4 papers, some wild shit, because it was like, "Nigga, you want to graduate on time? Do this." And I was like, "All right, I got to go home and I actually got to do this." And I told
Your
the
friends.
other people in the class, like my peoples, and they was like, "Nigga, that's some white people shit." I was like, "It's a white person with y'all. That's going. He's going with y'all. Technically, this is some Chris shit." And he told me studying. He was like, "Ooh, why you want to do that? Nigga, we could just go and cheat." I said, "How?" He was like, "If you come with me, I teach you." And I was tempted at that point. Because I was like, this nigga may know some shit. He may see through the matrix and some shit. He knows something. But I wound up actually going to study. Still, I think I didn't do well. But I tried.
I got the same shit at Roosevelt. When I would turn homework in. Get a test that white people shit. I'm like, it's why is this white people? It's homework, nigga.
Yeah, no, it's very.
It's not a potato salad with raisins in it. It's fucking.
But that's how he made me feel. I'm sure.
Like you don't season your food.
Like I wasn't dancing on. It was shit like that. It made me feel so bad.
When we were kids, with a show like Lorder Squad, that still gets called out for not being black enough.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the show. There's black people in it. It's a black show. I do think that Issa Rae. I have a weird theory. You want to hear it?
I've got a theory.
Issa Rae
and that was a
and
Buffy's
Urkel.
fucking reference right there.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. So
It's a demon, a dancing demon. No, something isn't right there. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. What up? Go ahead.
That was not black at all.
See?
That
No, it's not.
was more black. You sound like James Brown.
That was me doing Keenan Thompson and the Scared Straight skits. No, it ain't.
Fuck was I about to say?
Issa Rae.
Issa Rae. My theory is Issa Rae and Urkel made black nerds cool. Differently, it made awkwardness of black. Before Issa Rae, from my remembrance, and this is even talking to my sister who's older, she said that kind of opened the door because when she was growing up, like being weird, being that would always get called out as
Right.
white people shit and what the fuck, and you got to kind of be a certain thing. So I think that awkwardness and that freedom of allowing people like, hey man, look.
I disagree with Urkel, only because the nerd archetype he used was so over the top. I don't think it
Sure.
necessarily opened these sort of valve for black people to embrace.
But-
I think Donald Glover more so
Okay.
coming into the aughts
I-
opened that door a bit
don't
more.
disagree.
And Hannibal Buress, I would give it to him.
I don't disagree with you. I just think that idea that exists.
Right. I
Of
think he's
course.
he's the first.
Of course.
Without Urkel, there is no
none of that.
black people in the alt comedy scene. There probably isn't.
100%.
There-
So that's
right.
kind of how I'm just looking at it. Where it's like, no, it didn't open the door because that also came out in the '90s and motherfuckers was
right. 80s.
'80s really, yeah, too.
Yeah.
It crossed over,
Yeah.
but it was definitely like, no, that didn't make black blurs, so
Right.
to speak, come out the woodworks. No, I wouldn't say that. But what it did do, I think, is just gave America an idea of like, oh shit, black nerds. This archetype exists somewhere.
Yeah.
There is a black guy who's not in thug or whatever they thought at that time. There's not just Eazy-E,
Right.
fucking Tupac and Biggie. There are other people that exist in that.
Right. In
in
their
the
heads,
spectrum of the world.
you're either an NWA or you're Heathcliff Huxtable.
Yep. And then it's like,
Or you fucking James from Good Times. Like they're avoiding this whole spectrum of
it's a lot
of
of
just
shit.
life that black people can live because we're not a monolith.
100%. So being that I'm into horror, right?
Oh yes.
So horror movies, right? I found myself being oxed a little bit because it's not like being black and I'm into it. Like
Right.
I fucks with it. But there's a whole black horror community that exists, and there are entities that exist within that, and within every scope of life, there's a black version of that. And I like the fact that now those things are, accessible, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like back, can you imagine being in the 60s or whatever, like 80s even, and you like, I'm into this, and people be like, ugh. I don't know what to tell you. Like, why are you
Shit.
around us?
Some stuff still like trying to talk to some older black people about therapy.
Yeah, I've certainly heard that's some white people shit. I personally don't look at it as some white people shit. I look at it as some nosy shit. Fuck, they want to know my business. They want to know about me. Like, it's nosy as shit, don't you think? Like that. Mind your business. How are you doing today? I gotta pay for you to be in my business. Where the fuck you do that at? I gotta spend my hard-earned money.
Nigga.
It's nosy as shit. Can you imagine? you go to tell somebody, oh, I had a hard day. Well, $100. Then you can vent. My dad wasn't there. Yeah, sure. Like,
At least you didn't call it white people shit though.
it's not. Black people, we got to get over that whole white people shit. Now, I will, if you do pull up to the cookout with some raisins, that is some white people shit.
Yeah.
That is some white people shit. That is some...
There are inherently like some things
White
are
people shit does
specific
exist.
to cultures and races sometimes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Raisins and potato salad. That is white people shit.
I don't like
If you
potato
come to my
salad
cookout,
as is.
Geraldine, and you got raisins in your potato salad, I'm going to have to call it white people shit.
Is Geraldine who brought it?
Her name is Geraldine. Geraldine?
I might still try it because I feel like she put a foot in it. I feel like it's going to be seasoned well.
It could be. I don't know.
Like that's what they need. They need a Bernadette or a Geraldine
Right.
to sign on.
Right. Somebody auntie.
Yeah, and be like, oh, what you got to do is you got to put the raisins in a little Hennessy water. It's like, why are these potatoes brown? I don't like potato salad. I was told that was some white people shit.
To not like it?
Yeah. I was like, having preferences, my nigga? Like, I don't understand. Everything is not white people shit,
Right.
but there are white people shit.
Yeah, of course.
And there's black people shit,
Of course.
right?
I don't know about other cultures to call, like, there's Latino people shit. Like
Agreed.
a quinceañera where the adults outnumber the kids 3-1.
Yes, I've been.
And then the kids is asleep at 2 a.m. and them motherfuckers still going.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been invited to a quinceañera, and at first I felt so weird because I'm a grown man. I was grown, so I'm like, I don't even know this 16-year-old. Like, it's not like I seen him grow up or some shit where I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this'd be cool to just pull up and be like, hey, you're a woman now, I guess. I don't even know what it means. But I went there and I remember at one point there was like, I play the real shit. Don't stop, pop that ball in, let me see you do the brown. Then they had the nerve to get mad when the kids were in the corner and started doing the same shit. Like, hey, get your asses
Same for
down.
y'all. But yeah, there are sometimes racially specific things.
There's fucking Asian people things. There are things, and I
Indian
think
people
that's
things.
what culture is, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what I think is in line with the term culture. That is your culture. That is a thing that y'all do. Hell, there is some Southern black people shit.
Yeah.
And there are like subcategories. That is some Southern black people shit. Like you always talking, what's that?
Idioms.
You talking that shit all the time for no reason. For no reason.
It's got a reason.
No, there's no reason.
It is.
Goddamn
Go ahead.
cold,
Go ahead. I don't sound like this.
Goddamn cold. And you always rubbing your chest. Goddamn colder than a goddamn bitch in here. Colder than a witch in hell or some shit. You say some stupid shit.
Why would she be cold in hell? She's right at home.
Technically. Well, maybe she like it cold. You don't know if she had the AC on when she left.
How you eat? Now, I don't know if this is a thing in New York. How do you eat your greens and cornbread?
I don't mix them if that's what you
See, there you go. That's definitely a Southern black people thing. You mix them both, and not only do you mix them both, you eat that shit with your hand.
You put
These right here.
sugar in your grits?
No. Cheese, usually.
I like sugar grits too, though.
You put cheese in your ramen noodles?
I have. I've been known to do that as well.
That's fire, dog.
That's some shit I heard from prison.
Oh, okay. I was like, Southern black. Oh, no, it's prison? Okay, well.
No. It was cheese, sardines. I didn't put the sardines. I didn't do that. Vienna sausages and Funyuns or Fritos or like the Flaming Hots. Crunch those up, throw them in there too in that soup. Mix it all up for the flavor. Now that's some prison people shit.
Good God.
Now what I said, when I was like, I'm gonna take this out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this yucky, and I landed on cheese.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that.
Cheese in there, good. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that.
But like New York, I mean, I guess it's technically specific to the Caribbean, but like beef patties.
That's more of a Caribbean, yeah.
But at least when it comes to the contiguous United States, that is a Northeast thing.
Sure.
Possibly just a New York thing.
Well, I guess it's wherever that, like, I'm sure probably in Miami they probably have beef patties and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's a big Caribbean influence. Wherever there's the influence. But that's their culture. On that note, we appreciate you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys for watching. And as we always say, nigga, that's your turn.
Peace out.
No, say it with some emotion.
Peace out. That emotion?
More of a like stern.
Peace out.
I like that.
Yeah.